Imagine this. It's 2:17 a.m. You're warm, comfortable, deep in sleep, and suddenly your bladder wakes you up. You stumble to the bathroom, half asleep, wondering, why does this keep happening? What if I told you it's not just your age, not just your prostate, and not just bad luck, but the way you drink water every single day? Let's start with an uncomfortable truth many people never hear clearly explained. Waking up at night to urinate, what doctors call nocturia, is one of the most common sleep-destroying problems in adults over 35. And yet, most people are given the same vague advice. Don't drink water before bed. That sounds simple, but it's incomplete. And often wrong. As a urologist would explain, the problem isn't water itself. It's timing, distribution, and how your body handles fluids over 24 hours. Here's the science in simple terms. Your kidneys filter your blood all day long and turn waste into urine, but your body follows a natural circadian rhythm. During the daytime, your kidneys are meant to be more active, producing more urine. At night, a healthy body releases a hormone called a DH antidiuretic hormone that tells the kidneys to slow down urine production so you can sleep uninterrupted. When this system is disrupted, you end up producing too much urine at night, even if your bladder is normal. Now here's where drinking habits quietly sabotage that system. Many people are unintentionally dehydrated all day. They rush through the morning with coffee, maybe a glass of water at lunch, very little in the afternoon. And then in the evening, when they finally slow down, they start drinking large amounts of water. One glass after dinner. Another while watching TV, another before bed, just to stay hydrated. From a urology perspective, this is the worst possible pattern. When you flood your body with fluids late in the day, your kidneys have no choice but to process that fluid during the night. Your bladder fills while you're asleep, pressure builds, and your brain gets the signal to wake you up. This is not a bladder problem. It's a timing problem. But it goes deeper. Drinking large amounts of water late also stretches the bladder repeatedly at night. Over time, the bladder becomes more sensitive. It starts sending full signals earlier than it should. That's why some people wake up to urinate even when the bladder isn't actually full. The nervous system has been trained to overreact. A urologist would also point out that age changes everything, but not in the way people think. As we get older, the body naturally produces less ADH at night. That means older adults already have a reduced ability to suppress nighttime urine production. So when evening water loading is added on top of that natural change, nocturia becomes almost guaranteed. Now let's clear up a very dangerous myth. Some people try to fix this by severely restricting water all day. They think, if I drink less, I'll pee less at night. In reality, chronic dehydration makes nocturia worse. When you don't drink enough earlier in the day, your body becomes stressed. Stress hormones rise, blood pressure fluctuates. Your kidneys become less efficient. Then, when you finally do drink water later, your body holds onto it poorly and releases it at the wrong time again, during sleep. So, what is the correct strategy? From a urologist's point of view, the goal is not less water, but smarter water. Hydration should be front-loaded into the day. That means most of your daily fluid intake should happen in the morning and early afternoon when your kidneys are naturally designed to handle it. Think of hydration like charging a battery. You don't wait until midnight to charge your phone and expect it to work perfectly the next day. You charge it early, steadily, and consistently. Your body works the same way. Another critical detail many people miss is how quickly they drink. Chugging water sends a sudden volume signal to the kidneys, triggering rapid urine production. Slow, steady sipping allows your cells to absorb fluid properly, reducing the amount that ends up in the bladder. This is especially important in the evening hours. And then there's salt, an overlooked but powerful factor. High salt intake in the evening pulls water into the bloodstream and increases urine output later at night. Many people eat salty dinners or late-night snacks and then blame water alone for their nighttime bathroom trips. In reality, salt and water work together. Change one without the other, and the problem remains. By now, you can see that waking up at night isn't random, and it isn't something you just have to accept with age. It is often the result of habits that seem healthy on the surface but are mistimed beneath it. In the next part, we'll break down the exact daily water schedule urologists recommend, including the best cutoff time for fluids, what to do if you take medications, and how to retrain your bladder so your body relearns how to sleep through the night again. Let us now talk about what a urologist would consider an ideal daily water pattern, one that supports your kidneys, protects your bladder, and lets your brain stay asleep at night. The first key principle is this: drink the majority of your fluids early. For most adults, about 60 to 70% of daily water intake should be completed by mid-afternoon. This doesn't mean forcing water all at once. It means starting the day hydrated and staying consistently hydrated through the morning and early afternoon. When you wake up, your body is already slightly dehydrated. Breathing overnight and sweating naturally pulls water from your system. A large glass of water within the first 30 minutes of waking helps rehydrate your blood, signals your kidneys to work during the daytime, and reduces the urge to catch up later in the evening. This single habit alone can significantly reduce nighttime urination over time. Through the morning, sipping water regularly rather than gulping keeps your hydration stable. Coffee and tea are fine in moderation, but they do count as mild diuretics. A urologist would never say you must eliminate them completely, but they should be balanced with plain water, especially before noon. Many people don't realize that caffeine consumed late in the day can still stimulate urine production hours later, even if you don't feel jittery. By early afternoon, your hydration should already be well established. This is when many people begin to fall off busy schedules, missed meals, long meetings. Then, around evening, thirst suddenly hits hard. That late thirst is often not true dehydration. It's your body reacting to an earlier deficit. If you hydrate properly earlier, that evening thirst naturally fades. Now let's talk about the most misunderstood rule: the fluid cutoff time. This doesn't mean zero water after a certain hour. Extreme restriction creates anxiety and actually worsens bladder sensitivity. Instead, a urologist would recommend a gradual taper. About 3 hours before bedtime, fluid intake should slow significantly. You can still take small sips if your mouth feels dry, but large glasses should stop. About 1 to 2 hours before bed, fluids should be minimal, just enough to stay comfortable. This tapering allows your kidneys to finish processing fluids before sleep begins. Another powerful but often ignored habit is double voiding. Before bed, urinate once, wait about 5 to 10 minutes, relax, and try again. This helps fully empty the bladder, especially in men with prostate enlargement or anyone with incomplete bladder emptying. Many people are surprised by how much urine still comes out the second time. This simple step alone can add hours of uninterrupted sleep. Medications also play a huge role. Blood pressure drugs, especially diuretics, are notorious for causing nighttime urination when taken too late in the day. A urologist often advises taking these medications in the morning, not at night of course, only with a doctor's approval. Even supplements like magnesium or herbal teas can increase urine output if taken close to bedtime. And then there's the bladder itself. If you've been waking up at night for years, your bladder may have learned bad habits. It becomes trained to signal urgency at lower volumes. The good news is that the bladder can be retrained. During the day, try delaying urination slightly when the urge first appears, just 5 to 10 minutes. Over time, this increases bladder capacity and reduces nighttime sensitivity. This should never be painful, just gently challenging. Sleep position also matters. Fluid can pool in the legs during the day, especially in people who sit a lot or have mild swelling. When you lie down at night, that fluid returns to the bloodstream and gets filtered by the kidneys creating urine. Elevating your legs for 30 to 60 minutes in the early evening, or wearing compression socks during the day, can significantly reduce nighttime urination caused by fluid shifting. All of this might sound like small adjustments, but together they create a powerful shift. You're no longer fighting your body, you're working with its natural rhythms. In the final part, I'll address common mistakes that keep people waking up at night despite doing everything right. The warning signs that mean you should see a doctor, and how long it realistically takes for these changes to start working. This is one of the clearest signs that nocturia should never be ignored if it appears suddenly or worsens quickly. A urologist would strongly advise evaluation if you're waking up 2 or more times every night. If the problem started suddenly, if you notice pain, burning, blood in the urine, or if you're extremely thirsty all the time. The encouraging part is this: most people who adjust how and when they drink water notice improvement without medication. If there's one message a urologist would want you to remember, it's this: waking up at night to urinate is not something you should simply accept, and it's not something that requires extreme measures. By shifting most of your water intake earlier in the day, sipping steadily instead of chugging, easing off fluids gradually in the evening. When that happens, nighttime becomes what it's supposed to be: a time for rest, repair, and deep sleep. It's also important to be patient with yourself. Your bladder and hormones don't reset overnight. But with consistency, most people notice fewer awakenings, longer stretches of uninterrupted sleep, and better energy during the day. And if the problem persists or comes with warning signs, seeing a doctor isn't a failure. It's a smart next step. Good sleep isn't just about how long you stay in bed. It's about allowing your body to follow the rhythm it was designed for.